In this video, we're going to be talking about content marketing that's just for SaaS companies. So most SaaS companies only have one, if not just a few products they're selling. There are numerous SaaS companies that have enough power to their site in terms of backlinks. I mean, I see time and time again a big SaaS company or even a medium-sized SaaS company with a phenomenal backlink profile, but they get their content marketing wrong. And the reason why is because these types of companies need to rely heavily on content marketing to succeed in SEO, but they're just not creating content surrounding the correct topics. Back in the day, it used to be fine, but Google's actually penalizing websites that are creating content that's out of the scope of their expertise. I'm going to explain that why right now. But before I do, I want to go over the common problems SaaS companies make. So the common problems I see these businesses make is that they're making and producing content not related to their core brand product. Google's not going to rank your irrelevant content as high. And this actually played out in the 2019 algorithm update when a lot of websites dropped in rankings because their content was out of scope for the expertise for the website in question. So the problem is that there's too much irrelevant or poor content out on the web. And Google knows that, and it's going to hurt your website quality score, which in turn hurts your crawl rate. So here's one of the big problems that creates. When you finally do start producing relevant and quality content, Google isn't going to notice it or even index that content. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you don't address this. I'm going to go over how we do that in this video. All right, so what type of content do SaaS companies need to create? They need to create content surrounding topics that are core to the business operations. You need to focus on topics that are brand pillars to the business. Once you have your core brand pillars, they could be anywhere from 3 to 4, all the way to maybe 6 to 8 brand pillars. And I'm going to go over in the next few slides what those look like. Then you can create content surrounding those topics, supporting each brand pillar. All right, so this is a live example of what brand pillars would look like, let's say for a SaaS company that specializes in CRM software. So go ahead and ask yourself, what does a CRM do? They improve customer service, so you could create content around improving customer service. They help you increase sales, so you could produce content around increasing sales. They can help you streamline processes and efficiency. You could create content around that. Staying connected to customers, you could create content around that. And then improve profitability. You could create content around that. These are brand pillars for the CRM industry. And of course, you could probably create even more pillars, but you don't want to go too overboard. Once you get your brand pillars, you want to really hyper-focus the content around those pillars and do not deviate from those brand pillars. So let's go into what that looks like when you're creating content to support these topics. All right, so here's a live SaaS content pillar example number 1, the staying connected to customers pillar. So as you can see here, and I actually mapped it out so that this is part of the buyer's journey. If you're familiar with the buyer intent funnel, people start out at the attention phase where you're creating content that's designed to catch people's attention. And then you go down to the awareness stage. These are people who are aware that they have a problem, but they just don't know really how to solve their problem just yet. And so there's content that's created for that stage of the buyer intent funnel. Then there's people in the discover phase where they've just discovered that your company offers a product or solution to their problem, all the way down to the consider phase where people are literally considering whether or not they want to buy your product or a product from a competitor. And of course, their actions are going to reflect this. Let's say if they became a lead, they're in the consider phase. If they're searching for a brand name product in Google, they're in a consider phase because they're aware of your product. They're already past the discover phase and now they're searching for your brand product. That's just a very limited, brief rundown of the buyer intent funnel. But I'm going to show you how you can devise content in your content marketing strategy for your SaaS company to relate with the buyer intent funnel while supporting your core brand pillars in your company. So you can not only create phenomenal content that's relevant that Google's going to love for your company, but you can also eloquently guide them down the buyer intent funnel depending on where they're at. So as you can see here, innovative ways to connect with customers would be a keyword term. Now this does get search volume. And again, as you can see, this is just a very top of the funnel type keyword that's designed to get people's attention. When people are searching this, they're just looking for ways to connect with customers. They're not aware necessarily that they have a problem. They haven't discovered that you offer a solution. You're just getting their attention. Customer connection ideas would be the next step. And this would be in the attention or awareness stage of the funnel. They know that they have a problem, right? They need to connect with their customers better. Or customer relationship management strategy. They know that they have a problem and they're actually trying to solve it. And the clue is the actual keyword term right here, customer relationship strategy. That's the clue right there that tells you, okay, they're in the awareness and discover phase. They know they have a problem and they're trying to find a solution to their problem. Therefore, they're looking up the keyword terms like ideas, keyword terms that include the words like strategy in it. And then you go down to how CRM improves customer service. Now, look at it. It says CRM, the name of the product, in the actual keyword. So they are aware that they have a problem and they know that a CRM can offer that solution. So what you would do here, and this is just an example of how this relates to the buyer intent funnel. When someone types in this keyword, how CRM improves customer service, you can explain how CRM improves customer service. And at the bottom of the article, you can actually present your company product as the number one solution to improve that person's customer service issues. And so you are helping them discover that you offer a solution to their problem. And then, of course, you can lead them down and get them to become a lead. And obviously, they're in the consider phase now. But look at this, though. Let's say you start at the top, innovative ways to connect with customers. You can then link to another blog post that talks about customer connection ideas. So you're pushing them down the funnel by linking out to another piece of content about customer connection ideas or customer relationship management strategies. And within these two pieces of content right here, you can then link down to how CRM improves customer service, that piece of content. And of course, again, just like I mentioned, you can then position your product as the number one solution to their problem. And this piece of content is important because this actually demonstrates live in your piece of content how your CRM can help through the customer journey. So I hope some light bulbs are going off and you really understand the importance of not only creating content that surrounds a certain pillar, a brand pillar topic that's related to your company, but also how that relates with the buyer intent funnel and how you can eloquently guide them down the funnel depending on which piece of content they're on until they become customers. Obviously, after the consider phase, the next phase in the buyer intent funnel is customer. I just didn't put it here. So here's another example, improve customer service. As you can see here, how to keep clients coming back is in the attention phase. Customer relationship management process would be in the awareness stage. They know they have a problem. They're looking for a process to solve that problem, or they're looking for client management goals, for instance, to help improve their problem, which is customer relationships, client management process. As you can see, it goes down and then cut all the way down to customer relationship tools, where they're in the discover phase and they have that almost buyer intent where they're looking for tools for customer relationship, and then you give them a few tools, and then boom, you position your tool as the number one solution to their problem. And here's another example right here. Increase sales. This is for the increased sales brand pillar. How to increase sales volume, obviously, would be the top of the funnel keyword. This is just a very bland, generic keyword. Sales pipeline analysis, example, or stages. So I've put this sales pipeline analysis or sales pipeline example or sales pipeline stages. So these keywords reflect the fact that they are aware that they have a problem with their sales pipeline and they're trying to find solutions to solve their sales pipeline issues. They're trying to educate themselves to better understand how to optimize their sales pipeline to make more sales. And then you look at these keywords right here. I would say these two keywords, sales leads management and sales pipeline tracker, are in the discover phase. And the reason why I say that is because, listen, management, sales leads management, right? You're looking for a way to manage your sales leads. Sales pipeline tracker, you're looking for an actual mechanism to help track your sales pipeline. So the very logical next step in that would be your CRM, which would give you an opportunity to help them discover that you, in fact, offer a solution to their problem. And then, of course, down here, best CRM for sales would be in the discover or consider phase. And the reason why is because, let's say they land on this piece of content, best CRM for sales, you're able to position your product as the best solution and the best CRM for their sales issues. So before I end this video, I wanted to give you a little more insight to the SaaS content strategy so you can really take it to the next level. And you have to incorporate this in your strategy as a whole, all the way from planning your brand pillars, creating your pieces of content that support your brand pillars, and keep in mind the buyer intent funnel and where all of this fits in the buyer intent funnel. You're going to also want to look at the common types of content ranking. And what I mean by that is you want to look at these types of keywords, like for instance, how to increase sales volume. What you would do is you would go and look at the type of content ranking for that keyword in the top 10 results of Google. And what you're going to find is you're going to find a common type of piece of content that's ranking more so than others. It might be listicles. All the pieces of content that are ranking the first page could be how-to guides. It could have a lot of video. Maybe all of the pieces of content are sales pages. The point is, I want you to make note of this before you actually create that content. And the reason why is because Google is ranking types of content that people gravitate towards the most. The reason why is because types of content in a way reflect the intent behind the keyword and how it relates with the buyer intent funnel. And Google knows this. Google's tracking these performance metrics through Google Analytics, and they want to be the best search engine on the planet. And the way they do that is delivering types of content and pieces of content that people gravitate to the most. So they've already done the heavy lifting. They've already knocked out all the pieces of content and all the topics that aren't really relevant to that keyword term, and they're not ranking those. And it doesn't matter how powerful your site is, you will never rank for those pieces of content. And I've actually seen a live example of this many times. One example, for instance, was a company that specialized in real estate CRM software. They were trying to rank for real estate CRM, and that company and all the major top dog competitors in the SaaS industry, none of them were ranking their sales pages for real estate CRM. And the reason why was because Google was only ranking types of content that gave the list of the top 10 real estate CRMs. Just one website after another had top real estate CRMs, top real estate CRMs. And they just had a list of them giving reviews and talking about the features of these CRM products and then linked out to the CRMs. And so this guy wanted to rank for a sales page for that keyword term. And I was telling him, listen, it doesn't matter how powerful your site is. And this guy had like a domain rating of like 85 or something ridiculous. And no matter how much power you have, you're never going to rank for that keyword term with a sales page, because people, when they're typing in real estate CRM, they're actually not looking for, yes, some people are looking to buy a real estate CRM software, obviously. But when they're typing in that, they're more so looking for just a list of real estate CRMs, and Google determined that, again, by tracking the performance metrics, and they sifted through and they decided to rank the pieces of content that people stayed on the most. Think about it. Really think about it. If you're a customer and you're typing in real estate CRM, they're going to want to compare companies side by side to see which company is best for them, which company resonates with them the most. They're not going to be interested in seeing a sales page dedicated to selling just one specific real estate CRM. And again, Google knows this, and that's why their rankings reflect that. So I'm going to wrap this video up with really stressing how this is going to improve your content marketing, specifically for SaaS companies. You're only creating content that's relevant to the scope of your product and business, which helps improve your rankings, because again, Google is leaning towards that direction more. It helps your overall website quality score. You're creating content that reflects the level of intent each keyword has. So when you create this content, you're meeting them where they're at in the buyer's journey, which this helps improve performance metrics, which overall helps improve better rankings. You're effectively guiding these people down the funnel to make a sale, which helps you get the most out of your traffic, which improves business revenue. And you're creating content that Google favors on a keyword by keyword basis, which will help also improve rankings. I really hope some light bulbs went off. You would not believe how many SaaS companies have ridiculous amount of power to their site, an insane amount of backlinks pointing to their site, and their content marketing strategy is just totally garbage. And if you get strategic with this and you start from the beginning and then build on your planning strategy, which I just outlined, it's very easy to do, you're going to absolutely dominate the search engines and drive more revenue for your business.